Hello, Kurumjiri, and welcome to SKTV News. You are watching Primetime English News with me, Jessie. Now, as usual, giving you the headlines first. CLP leader Kang Yatra accuses government of gross security failure after fresh violence at Leimakhong, Leimakhong says humanity is the only sustainable way to resolve Manipur crisis and not territorial separation. Father allegedly shoots his son dead with licensed gun following heated argument at Awang Lake in Imphal West District. Vehicular movement along Imphal Road on National Highway 37 came to a complete standstill following a landslide at Kaipundai village in Tamenglong district. And Manipur celebrates Kang Yatra festival with grand religious processions, devotion and cultural splendor. Now giving you the news in detail. CLP leader Kang Yatra stated that fresh incident on the 11th of this month was gross security failure by the government. During this incident, suspected cookie miscreants torched 6 Meitei houses at Leimakhong in Imphal West. He questioned how such violence could break out in this specific area. The site is located just mere 50 to 100 meters away from Punjab Regiment and CRPF deployments and also near Leimakhong Army Camp. Yatra led a high-level Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee and PCC delegation to access the ground reality firsthand. He expressed deep frustration that the crisis has dragged on for over 3 years with daily occurrences of violence. He asserted that if the current administration is incapable of restoring peace, they should step down to make way for a new government. He added that a comprehensive report on the situation will be submitted to the central government, the Union Home Minister and the Governor. During the visit, the delegation also met with Brigadier S. Basu, GOC of the 57 Mountain Division at Leimakhong Army Camp. Brigadier Basu assured them that security forces would be swiftly repositioned. He stated that community dialogues would be initiated to safely return displaced families to their homes. Furthermore, he promised a thorough inquiry into the disappearance of an individual named Kamal Babu. The MPCC team concluded their visit at Mandop Yumpham Relief Camp at Kurkul Makhalikai. Furthermore, the team interacted with internally displaced persons, listened to their grievances and shared in their grief.
Mapamsi am sensitive zone boy aduna akoina JESSY da demand tawibasi maki responsibility moral responsibility lawgadabani amasung masi afaba positive outcome mama matungda thokdana ba amasung thokhiba mayam singse masi karigi tholino haibasi amna koi khanai aduda gasigi anabasida akoina leiriba manipur gi leiriba tungan ba koigi violence sahi ahum henjalakpa sigi matang sukhane mamangda complex da thokiba kaman babu leigidabagi matang da missing oikiba dugi matang so akoina madugi matang du da moi akoina khanai madusu yamna kana tijali haibasu pai.
Social activist JESSY stated that even though territorial boundary has been given by a political solution, it is not sure that the ongoing conflict will end. He emphasized that only love among people on humanity grounds could bring an end to the conflict, which would be a good step for coexistence under the idea of Manipur. Speaking at a press briefing at a St. Jamaica residence following a tour to Delhi and Bangalore, JESSY highlighted the vital role of non-resident Manipuris in resolving the crisis. He shared heartwarming observations of Meitei and Kuki community members living peacefully under the same roof and working together in major cities. He pointed out the contrasting situation in Manipur, where he believes the timeline for effective territorial adjustments or simply political dialogues has already passed. Critiquing the central government, he highlighted government of India's failure to take timely action when violence erupted on May 3, 2023. He stated that this inaction has resulted in a gridlock where authorities might now try to enforce peace by merely conceding to the competing demands of conflicting factions. However, Sanayama cautioned that the deep emotional wounds inflicted by the prolonged violence have severely dimmed the prospects of restoring the state's former unified social fabric, serving instead to deeply polarize the communities. Concluding his address, he asserted that lasting peace and stability can only be restored if the communities transcend political divides and revive the historical bond of mutual respect and compassion that they naturally shared for generations.
Common people the being on young some young managers softwares. I said, I'm sure I could income. Economic collapse of the or boss collapse of the violence, say who created possession. Lowing up, you say, this centuries or say, listening on him, the rain. I do do come a quiz upon Tanana, he never actually. Option not there, alternatives not there. Must be a human necessity, historical necessity now.
Well, in a tragic incident, a 57-year-old man shot and killed his 35-year-old son with a licensed gun following a heated argument at Kautuk Awang Laikai in Imphal West District. The violent confrontation occurred around 7 p.m. yesterday near the National Sports University under the jurisdiction of the Lamsang police station. According to reports, an argument escalated between the accused Ningthojam Samton and his son and Kishan, resulting in Samton shooting him in the chest and hand. Kishan was rushed to Raj Medicity for emergency treatment but later succumbed to his injuries. The deceased, who worked as a local mason, is survived by his daughter and his pregnant wife. Following the incident, the accused fled the scene and remains at large. Lamsang police have registered a criminal case and launched a manhunt to apprehend Samton. Meanwhile, Kishan's body was deposited at the RIMS mortuary for a post-mortem examination. His final rites will be performed after the autopsy, and in the wake of the tragedy, local residents convened an emergency meeting and passed a resolution to permanently banish Samton from the locality. Vehicular movement along the Imphal-Jiribam Road, National Highway 37, has come to a complete standstill following a massive landslide at Kaipundai village in Tamenglong district. Government authorities have mobilized heavy machinery to clear the accumulation of mud and debris blocking the highway. Despite emergency workers operating on site, the restoration timeline remains highly uncertain. Officials have yet to release a statement clarifying when the vital supply line can safely handle vehicular traffic again. In response to the hazardous road conditions, local administration officials have issued a strict travel advisory. Commuters and transport operators are ordered to completely avoid the affected highway stretch until clearance operations conclude and structural safety is confirmed. Sri Govindaji Temple organized the main Rath Yatra or Kang Festival in and around the temple premises today, in the presence of Manipur Governor Ajay Kumar Bhala and Thongju MLA Thongam Bishwajit. Large numbers of devotees from across the state thronged Sri Govindaji Temple since the afternoon to offer prayers and take part in the Rath Yatra procession. Idols of Lords Jagannath, Balabhadra and Subhadra were carried out of the temple after traditional rituals were performed before being placed on a chariot to begin the procession near the Maharaja Bodhachandra College Gate. The chariot procession was then held along the palace compound road with much religious fanfare. People also offered fruits, flowers and other auspicious items to the idols. International Society for Krishna Consciousness ISKCON Temple, Imphal, organized the Hindu religious festival of Rath Yatra, locally known as Kang Yatra. A chariot procession carrying the idols of Lords Jagannath, Balabhadra and Subhadra along the Didim Road stretch with immense religious fanfare marks the beginning of the religious festival. Devotees chanted the names of gods while pulling the ceremonial chariot through the streets. Gathered crowds offered flowers, fruits and other auspicious items to the idols, praying for health, peace and prosperity. The chariot procession commenced at the ISKCON Temple in Sangay, traversing Kwakatil, Didim Ground and the Airport Road sections before returning to the temple complex. Highlighting the significance of the event, ISKCON Manipur Development Committee Secretary Banamali Das noted that the annual ritual is organized each year with deep religious fervor. He emphasized that believers can heal their pain, alleviate suffering, and attain peace, protection, and wisdom by connecting with the divine through the chanting of holy names and slokas. He further appealed to all devotees to actively participate in the 9-day festival.
Jagat Nath Jagat the Lord of the Universe. Malaita, Monajat, Bijati, we never one, but the penalty, somebody, my apples doing unity for a buggy, and blowing up for a buggy, I do want Bagaloni. But the Amadi, Yaman, you have told the not to the same. That was a magic of Savara, the tribal.
Now, Committee on Tribal Unity Kutu strongly condemned the alleged arson attack on Lenglong and Tekhong villages under Nungba subdivision in Tamenglong district, which reportedly occurred around 3 p.m. on July 15. According to the committee, the attack was carried out by cadres of NSA and IM along with ZUF Kamson faction, marking the 5th alleged attack on Kukizo villages in Nungba subdivision within the past 2 weeks. The committee expressed deep concern over the continued targeting of Kukizo habitations in Tamenglong, Kamjong and Ukril districts. It criticized the silence of elected representatives of the affected constituencies, particularly incumbent MLA Dinganglung Gangmei or Dipu Gangmei and former MLA Gai Khangam. Kutu stated that they have failed to uphold their responsibility to protect the welfare and security of all communities under their jurisdiction. The committee called upon the Government of India and the Government of Manipur to take immediate and effective measures to prevent further violence and ensure safety of all vulnerable communities. It also demanded firm action against armed groups and any other actors that promote violence or undermine democratic institutions and the rule of law. Manipur Youth League Mayol organized 2 separate editions of its sustained campaign titled Politics for National Regeneration to promote civic responsibility and political awareness. The first event was organized by Kangu Jingjil Kulen Mayapaibi at Kangu Jingjil Kulen Community Hall. During this session, cultural activist Narendra Ningomba and Mayol President Koijam Suresh addressed the gathering as the primary speakers. Narendra Ningomba highlighted the declining morality within Manipuri society, attributing the failure to elect deserving candidates to this ethical decline. The second campaign was held at Ibuto Sengmai Ningto Ibuto Nompok Ningto Laibung, during which social scientist Dr. Dhanabir Laisham spoke as a resource person. He warned that Manipur will pay a heavy price if the public is not made aware of the society's current challenges. Dhanabir Laisham also urged citizens to evaluate candidates' qualities before voting and called for public support for Mayol's ongoing initiative. Now we shall take a short break. We'll be right back. Keep watching SKTV News.
Akoi rice, akoi agro mining associates na miyam gidamang amuka su panganjare fortified rice haplaba cheng akoi fortified added rice. Season abiu kana balobiu miron mimama amadi punung da leriba angang dagi na chawrak laba phawbada masa sondam nadamba mahi masing da puning changdaba chawdam thinba brain sonma na chingba kaya ohelakpa yabadagi ngakthokpa ngamba makup ta na sugairaba cheng da micronutrients haptuna amuk cheng gi mawong matawga chakmana na semlaba cheng makhal amani fortified rice. akoi fortified added rice asi phasaina su ayaba piraba Bharat Sarkar na ICDS napsa mid day meal na chingba scheme kayada fortified rice haptuna miyam da phanganbagum chap manana phanganjari bani masida iron folic acid vitamin B12 na chingba machal suna yauri atopa lamga changdam na duna quality leina puthoklaba hekdamak thongduna saba yaraba chengi akoi fortified added rice Sijinabiu akoi fortified added rice
Baikotana piri maruchik patin sing daging athok patanatana atopa kanaba sing kudamuina pambi singbu marahena sathanba amasung phau pambi singbu masahena pokhanduna phauthok asuki matik lahelle matam sangna tin tahande hanjan hidak sajana bagi mathau tahande buyers ke baikota lau balomi singda thajabagaloinana hena saukhat halle amasung lomi singda akiba amata lahende Buyer Council active asi phauthaba singkhak ki ngakthong na semani amasung hidak asina napi makal khudimak manghan bangame sumna tangi phauhun khrabana traga lingkhraba matung numit nipani dagina tarani thoi phobagi manungda sijana bigadabani khwaidagi sathiba napi makal khudimak pusu manghan bangame maram asina khuleng nepigi chading hanthale loinana adongi senthok hengat halle lomi singi damaktadi Buyers Council active na khwaidagi faraba pambaidi
Welcome back. You're watching Sktv's Primetime English News. Now moving on, Manipur University Students Union, MUSU, has expressed concern over the distribution of unsubstantiated pamphlets regarding the university's recruitment process and its circulation on social media, allegedly by local guardians surrounding Manipur University, LGSMU. In a press release, MUSU pointed out that the pamphlets lacked standard markers of the organization, such as an official office address, registration details, or a reference number. The union alleged that such unverified communications intend to disrupt the campus environment and unnecessarily affect the university's reputation. Highlighting a June 19 directive from the High Court of Manipur that permitted the completion of non-teaching staff recruitment, MUSU appealed to all stakeholders to keep political agendas away from university administration and urged the Vice-Chancellor in charge and the Registrar to address any unrest stemming from the recruitment process. Further referring to the recent representations allegedly submitted by the Manipur University Teachers Association, MUTA, to the administration, the union questioned whether there are internal disagreements within the association's executive committee regarding recruitment policies. Commenting on a statement by the MUTA General Secretary that allegedly linked a recent campus explosion to the ongoing hiring process, MUSU suggested that such correlations imply external interference from the unverified interest groups. Security forces seized a large cache of weapons, ammunition and explosives during joint search operations conducted at two separate locations in the state yesterday. In the first operation, a joint team of Manipur police and 33 Assam rifles raided Ishok Mamang Laikai near Loktak Lake within the jurisdiction of the Wangway police station. During the search, security personnel recovered 4 modified bolt-action single-barrel rifles, 1 modified .303 rifle with a magazine, and 1 9mm pistol with its magazine. The joint team also confiscated an M2 carbine rifle equipped with a magazine and telescope, alongside 26 live rounds of various calibers. In a separate search operation inside the dense forest near Mongbong village in Jiribam district, security forces recovered 4 country-made 12-bore single-barrel rifles, 2 country-made pistols, 17 magazines, 1 Pompi mortar, 3 51mm mortar shells, 2.36 hand grenades, 331 live rounds of different calibers, and various other incriminating items. Security forces seized 144 SP capsules and 16,43,750 rupees in cash during a raid at the residence of a 46-year-old man in Thobal district. The arrested individual has been identified as Syed Anish Shah, alias Leirang of Lilong Haure Bituril Ahanbi Ubak Thong Makha. Apex Committee of Meitei IDPs Manipur has urged the government to release all pending DBT funds of IDPs within the next 3 days to meet immediate needs. In a press release, the committee highlighted that IDPs are facing severe financial distress following a 15-day delay in the distribution of government direct benefit transfer, DBT in short, Russian assistance. The committee further noted that thousands of displaced families depend entirely on this financial support for their daily survival, adding that the ongoing funding delay has left many households struggling to afford basic necessities like food, children's education, healthcare, and essential household expenses. They further demanded that the DBT assistance be credited on the first day of every month starting next month, adding that a reliable payment timeline will allow vulnerable families to plan their expenses properly and avoid unnecessary hardship. Community Resilient Educational Financial Support CREFS in short awards distribution ceremony was held today at the Deputy Commissioner's Hall, Imphal, to mark the third foundation day of the Pan Manipur Meitei Scientists and Academicians Association, PIMSA. During the event, awards were conferred upon 74 students who scored high marks in the class 10 and 12 examinations conducted by BOSM and COSM, including 4 IDP students. Delivering his speech as a chief guest, Imphal West DC Mayang Lambang Rajkumar emphasized the importance of maintaining high hopes and making sincere efforts to become world-class citizens. He added that individuals must identify their potential and make meaningful contributions to society. The DC also urged students to regularly read and follow the news across print and electronic media to better understand contemporary social issues.
Noi nakoi khuding mak na yomi ba namon da yomi ba like bu igera pen bu igera mobile recharge to bu igera think about it tumam dai hore na tam khallo ai isan tom da tawjaba kari yawge hedna hore halaga ko tom da sum khallo sai tom da tawjaba tang yawbra hedna majority 99% nagi parents ta kawiram gani ko aduna adumaina parents na tawbire badu generation ama lalaba matungda you should be in a position to support more than what your parents are supporting at the moment. Yeah, that's what I say.
An awareness program focused on safe usage of domestic cooking gas (LPG) and precautionary measures was organized today by All Gas Care AGC Manipur State at Athing Community Hall under Bishnupur District. The event was conducted in collaboration with members of IHO, VLF, Athing, and local residents of Sendra. Speaking at the program, manager of AGC Manipur State, Sagosam Joy Prakash, educated the public on various potential hazards associated with cooking gas. He shared detailed guidelines on how to prevent mishaps and outlined immediate safety measures that should be adopted in the event of a gas leak or fire outbreak. The awareness campaign was also attended by Field Assistant of AGC Manipur State and noted Manipur Sumanglila artist Happy Rajan, AGC Manipur State caretaker Yumnam Ashni, AGC Manipur State head mechanic Mongjam Tondon, among others.
Sir SS Joy Prakash Mitaina, Managing Director All Gas Care gi Sir Sinalaktuna, adagi staff singa loina na takpi bapuna maxing asidagi akhoi da kana ba suki matik phangjai maram aduna akhoi gi Moirang adagi Bisempur district ki manung jana lairiba lekai khuting makta khoi gi thanga apumba da su akhoi gi ngasi pangthoriba awareness program ase loina bak sung soi soidana nupi singda khanghan ningi pangthok aningi haiba wafam se ai thamjage.
Vice Chairman Wan N. Surjit Kanta, BB Surjit, has been appointed as the chairman in charge of Film Forum Manipur until regular chairman is elected. According to a press release issued by the General Secretary of Film Forum Manipur, the appointment was made in accordance with Rules 23 and 24 of the forum's constitution. The decision to entrust Surjit Kanta with the responsibilities of the chair was resolved during an executive council meeting held on the 14th of this month.
Hoigi Football Association of Nation. Hoigi Football.
Under the banner of Epoch Films production Manipur, Manipuri short film Nom Nom Sagay Tong and music video Loktak Imana have been officially released. The projects were presented by JESSY Memorial Foundation Imphal and produced by Dr. Arkin Nayansana. The release function was held at QMX Cinema Auditorium, Kokwa. The event was attended by Film Forum Manipur Vice Chairman to Kitrimayum Kishore Kumar, former Manipur State Social Welfare Board Chairperson Dr. Arkin Nayansana, and acclaimed filmmaker Khairakpam Bishwamitra. During the function, attendees paid solemn floral tributes to the late polo player Jaydeep Gurumayum. The ceremony concluded with the distribution of certificates and tokens of appreciation to the cast and crew members. Now in sports news, Argentina secured their place in the World Cup final after a thrilling second semi-final match at the Atlanta Stadium, fighting back from a goal down to defeat England 2-1 and set up a blockbuster clash against Spain on the 20th. The highly anticipated encounter began with intense high-stakes action, but despite fierce tactical battles and close chances from both sides, defenses held firm to leave the scoreboard deadlocked at 0-0 at halftime. The breakthrough came in the 55th minute when England's Anthony Gordon broke the deadlock, sloting home a clinical finish to open the scoring and give the Three Lions a crucial lead. Facing elimination, Argentina responded by turning up the pressure, launching relentless waves of attacks that finally paid off in the 85th minute when Enzo Fernandez calmly converted a pinpoint pass from Lionel Messi to level the score. Refusing to settle for extra time, Argentina maintained their offensive onslaught deep into stoppage time. The decisive blow came in the 92nd minute as Lautaro Martinez met a brilliant Messi cross from the right flank, powering home a header to seal a dramatic victory. Beyond securing the final spot, Lionel Messi's playmaking cemented his place further in football history. His two crucial assists in the match brought his total tournament tally to 12, officially setting a new all-time World Cup record. Now the weather report. According to IC Regional Center Lamphilpot, Manipur recorded a maximum temperature of 31.5 degrees Celsius, while the minimum temperature was recorded at 23.0 degrees Celsius. The maximum relative humidity was measured to be 87% in the morning and 66% in the evening. And Manipur received 1.1 millimeter of rainfall in the past 24 hours. Now before we end, let's take a quick look at the headlines once again. CLP leader Chandra accuses government of gross security failure after fresh violence at Leimakhong Chingmang Kanto Sabah. RK Sanayama says humanity is the only sustainable way to resolve Manipur crisis and not territorial separation. Father allegedly shoots his son dead with licensed gun following heated argument at Gautrukawang Laikai in Imphal West District. Vehicular movement along Imphal Jiribam Road on National Highway 37 came to a complete standstill following a landslide at Kaipundai village in Tamenglong District. And Manipur celebrates Kang Yatra festival with grand religious processions, devotion and cultural splendor. And that's all we have for now. Thank you for watching Sktv's News and keep watching for more news updates.